Welcome back to Solve for X. Today let's have a look at these two examples right here. Actually, we have got three examples, so please make sure that you watch this video until the end so that you can see the last example. It seems to be very interesting. Okay, so now what we have here, we're having x squared minus 3x plus 4 is equal to minus 4 all over x squared minus 3x. Okay, so now this equation right here requires us that we solve this equation for x by substitution. So now if you have a look at this x squared minus 3 and also you have x squared minus 3, the key here is that you must look at if you've got something that is the same in the equation or it's repeating itself. Okay, so now what we're going to do here, we're going to say let this x squared minus 3x be equal to k. All right, so on the equation where there's x squared minus 3x, we're going to put a k there. So that means our equation now is going to be like k plus 4 is equal to negative 4 all over k. All right, so now if it's like this, it looks a bit simpler now, but we know that if we have got a fraction here and then we need to multiply everything by the LCD. So now if you look at this one, our LCD in this case is equals to k, so therefore everything else in this equation will be multiplied by k, so that we need to get rid of this fraction. All right, but simply in simple terms, that means that we just have to multiply everything by k, and also even this side here we multiply everything by k. So therefore what we're going to have here, we're going to have k and then plus 4 as it is here, and then this k and this k would cancel out, therefore you're going to be left with minus 4 on this side. So therefore this side here we're going to remove the bracket here, so therefore we're going to have k squared plus 4k, and therefore we can bring this 4 to the other side there on the right, on the left hand side rather. So it's going to give us plus 4. It's equal to 0. Therefore once it's like this, it's a trinomial, therefore we need to factorize here and then solve for k. So therefore it's going to be k here, therefore k there. What are the two numbers? When we multiply them together, they give us 4. It's going to be 2 and 2, and then when we add them together, they must give us 4 again. So it's going to be plus 2 here and therefore plus 2 there. All right, so therefore the answer is going to be k is equals to negative 2. Once we are done with this, therefore we need to substitute back, sub k back into the equation. All right, so therefore we did say x squared minus 3 is equals to k, so therefore it means in this case now x squared minus 3x will be equals to negative 2, because we just found out that k is equals to negative 2. So now x squared minus 3, then we take the 2 to the left hand side, is going to be plus 2 there, is equal to 0. Great stuff. Therefore now we need to solve for x again, so it's a trinomial again, we need to factorize. Like I said guys, if you don't know how to factorize, please make sure that you watch a video on our channel on how you factorize trinomials or different method of factorizing. All right, so therefore right here you're going to have minus 1 and minus 2, because now the middle term here is negative 3. All right, so there you go. So therefore it means our x values will be equals to 2, or x will be equal to 1. Great stuff. So if you have a question here on this example guys, please leave it on the comment section below. Now let's move on to the next example right here. Next example, it is saying x squared plus 3x all into the square root minus 8 into the bracket x squared plus 3 minus 20. So now they want us to solve for x. If you have a look at this part right here and this part right here, they are exactly the same. So this is the part where we're going to say let this x squared plus 3x, oh, looks exactly this whatever is here looks exactly like on the previous example right here, but oh, here is negative, here is positive. Okay, great stuff. All right, let's see now. Wherever we see this part, we are going to put k, but remember in this case it is squared here, so therefore if it is squared, please square it also as well. All right, so because it's squared here, the whole thing is squared, so it means when you put k here, even the whole k needs to be squared as well. So we have got -8 here, -8, and then here we are putting k. I wanted to put a bracket again. The -20 is equal to 0, so therefore right here we're going to have to factorize this trinomial. Therefore you're going to have k there, going to have another k there. What are the two numbers? When you multiply them together, they give us 20. Is going to be 10 times 2. Okay, and then when we add them together, they must give us 8. So negative, then plus there. So therefore k is going to be equal to -2, and then or k is going to be equals to +10. Right, so we are going to deal with this one first on this side, where k is equal to -2. So what we have to do now, because we found k, we need to sub k back. We're going to substitute k back now. Right, here we go. It's going to be x squared plus 3x, x minus 2. Similarly on this side is going to be x squared plus 3x, and then it's equals to 10 as well. All right, so therefore it's going to be x squared here plus 3, then we take 2 to the left hand side, is going to be +2, is equal to 0. Therefore we need to factorize this as a trinomial. Here is going to be x and then x there. What do we have? We need +2 here and +1. When you add these two together, they give us +3 there. So therefore it does check out. X is going to be equal to -1, or x is going to be equal to -2. All right, so in this case this side is going to be x squared plus 3x, then we bring 10 to the left hand side, -10. It changes the sign. All right, x. Right, therefore x here and then x there. I think I'm moving a little bit fast. I hope you guys are following. If you're not following, please leave a comment on the comment section below. I'll try to slow down. And then two numbers, when you multiply them together, they give us 10, but when you add them together, they must give us +3. That's a 5 and a 2. Okay, so it's going to be +5, -2 there. X is equal to 2, or x is going to be equal to -5. All right, I hope you guys fully understand this, but if you don't understand, I think let's do one more example, just one more, just a bonus example, guys. Here we go. All right, great stuff. So now what do we have here? We have got x squared minus x all squared into the bracket, and then we have got 8x squared plus 8x plus 12. All right, so it's not a little bit clear here what is common here that we can let it be equal to k. So what I'm going to do, if you have a look at here, we have got 8 there, and then we've got 8 there. I think if I can take out a common factor here, I think it should be similar to this. All right, let's go ahead and see. Guys, don't be afraid of trying out something. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. These things you learn as you go. That's why you need to practice. So therefore, let's take out a common factor and see. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then we'll try something else. We just took out 8 as a common factor here. So here we're going to be left with, okay, let's take out -8 rather as a common factor. So here we're going to be left with that plus 12 is equals to 0. Because now if we were to remove the bracket here, let's see, -8 times x squared will give us -8x squared, and -8 times x will give us +8x. So now this does check out, and therefore this is the same as that. So we can come here and say, okay, let that which is similar on either side be equal to k. All right, so wherever we see k, wherever we see x squared minus x, we're going to put k. So here we go. So the first one here, it is squared here. Please don't forget the square, guys. Very, very critical, this part. The square, don't forget it. All right, so we're going to square it. negative 8, you're going to be k there. Then for positive 12 is equal to 0. Therefore, this is a trinomial. We need to factorize here. So we are going to have k there. We are going to have another k there. And then two numbers, when you multiply them together, they give us 12 is 2 and a 6. And therefore, it needs to be positive, negative, negative. Our middle term is negative 8. Therefore, k is going to be equal to 2, or k is going to be equal to 6. All right. So here we go. And then therefore, what do we have to do now? We need to substitute k back into the equation. All right. So therefore, whatever where we had x squared minus x is equals to 2, which is another one for k, and therefore in this case x squared minus x will be equal to 6. All right, on this side is going to be x squared minus x, and then we bring the 2 to the left hand side. It's going to be that, and then x squared minus x, we bring the 6 to the other side, is going to be negative 6 is equals to 0. All right, therefore what you have here, you've got a trinomial. So trinomial, we need to factorize it. X, therefore we're going to have x squared here, x squared here. What do we need? We need a negative 2 factors, which is positive 1 and negative 2. X is going to be equals to negative 1, or x is going to be equals to 2. And then when we come to the other side here, what do we have? We have got a trinomial again. We need to try to factorize it as well. It's equals to 0. What do we have? We've got x squared and x there, 6. All right, negative 6 plus 1. Therefore x is going to be is it? No, it's not. This is not the true factors here. I think it's going to be 3 and a 2. Okay, yes, positive 2, negative 3. So our answer will be negative 2, or x is equal to 3. All right, guys, before you write the solution to this video, please make sure that you pause the video and you check yourself. Don't just look at me doing this. We need to do this together so that you fully understand it as well. I am Gaston Mapala. Let me see you on the next upload, where we'll be doing solve for x completing the square. See you on the next upload.